everyone, this is Dr. Sarala. Welcome to Millet Magic. One of the most frequent questions we got in the comment section of our AMBLI video is how to make millet rava. For us, it was a no-brainer because millet rava is easily available in the shops. But I do understand that many of you are buying millet in the grain form. That is, the millet which we use to make millet rice, and the rava or suji form is not easily available. Another misunderstanding which I think many people had is that suji or rava refers to the form of the grain made from wheat. But no, that's not what we mean. Suji or rava just means the broken grain, and this can be made from any millet, from rice or from wheat. So when we are saying use millet rava, suji, it is purely from the 5 positive millets and nothing to do with wheat rava or wheat suji. So after clarifying that, let's have a look as to how to make millet rava at home using millet grain. Now the same process applies to any of the 5 positive millets. Today I am using little millet to make the rava. The traditional method of making rava or suji is using a chakki, which we still do use at our home occasionally. But I'll be showing you the method using a mixer grinder, since this is something which all of you are sure to have at home. So let's begin. You're going to need a mixer grinder, a powerful one, and we're going to need sieves of different sizes. So that's all your basic requirements are. We're just going to take 1 cup of the millet, transfer it into the mixer jar, and we're going to use the pulse mode. So don't switch it to the 1, 2, 3 mode, because then you'll end up with too much millet flour and less of the grain broken into the suji form. So we're going to use the pulse mode, the opposite side of the 1, 2, 3, we're going to use that mode, and we're going to use it for about 15 times initially. We're going to pass it through the sieves and then repeat the process. So let's go. So now I've completed 15 pulse modes. So let's see what we have ended up with. So we have the grain broken into finer pieces. Now we're going to pass this through different sized sieves to segregate them into different sizes. To start with, I have transferred the contents into the biggest sized sieve which I had. So now we have the bigger size particles left on top, and we have the finer one below. We're going to pass this through a smaller sieve next to further separate the rava into different sizes. So I'm transferring the finer particles into a very small sieve. The holes of the sieve are very fine and small. So now we're going to separate again. So now we have 3 different sizes. This size, the medium size, is ideal for making upma or for making idli. The finest suji, which is almost like a flour but not as fine as flour, This is perfect for making halwa. Sweets, this kind of suji will taste very good, the texture will be very good, and the largest size is ideal to be used for making AMBLI. So this is the millet grain which we use to make millet rice, the whole grain. There is no pulsing done for this. This is the next size, the biggest size which we obtained after passing through the sieve. So this is best for making AMBLI. Then we have the finer rava which we can use for making upma or idli, and then we have the finest suji here, the rava, which is best for making halwa. So this is almost like flour, but then it still has that gritty texture. So this is ideal for making halwa. If you want more of the finer rava for making upma, idli or halwa, then you can repeat the entire process by putting the bigger rava into the mixer again and passing it through the sieves. There was also another confusion about pre-soaking the grain before putting it into the mixer. Now please avoid doing this, because remember, millets are rich in water soluble vitamins and minerals. So if you wash the grain, soak it and then dry it, you would have lost all the water soluble vitamins and minerals in the water. And what you'll be left with, yes, millet has fiber, millet is good in many other ways, but then you're not getting the best possible nutrients from it. So please avoid all types of pre-soaking before making the rava. Let's keep it simple. Just before preparing whatever dish you want to, soak it and then prepare it. That's the simplest, easiest and best way to use. We'll be back soon with recipes on how to use these different sized ravas to make different kinds of tasty millet dishes. Until then, happy cooking!